Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me for Insights this morning. And I want to talk about Psalm 133, verses 1 through 3, that our prayer was based on this morning, our morning devotion. And it goes like this. We'll read and talk at the same time. How wonderful and pleasant it is when brothers live together in harmony. Okay, harmony. What is harmony? Harmony is peaceful and respectful relationships where people live and work well together despite differences. And more specifically, it is mutual respect, valuing each other's values or each other's views, even when they're different from ours. Cooperation, working together towards common goals. Peacefulness, avoiding conflict and resolving it with kindness and understanding. And one more thing, unity. Not necessarily agreement on everything, but choosing, it's a choice, to live in love and peace. Okay, how wonderful it is, how wonderful and pleasant it is when brothers, that does not mean our brother or just our sister, okay, that's everybody that we spend a lot of time with. Okay? How wonderful and pleasant it is when brothers live together in harmony. Okay, peacefully, respecting each other's views with mutual respect, cooperating with each other, living in peacefulness and in unity. Okay, and then it says, for harmony is as precious as the anointing oil that was poured over Aaron's head, that ran down his beard and onto the border of his robe. All right, well, what are they talking about there? All right, remember who Aaron was. God sent Moses, or asked Moses to go lead his people out of slavery. Moses didn't want to do it. He said, I'm not a good speaker. I stutter. I'm not a good speaker. And God says, all right, I'll send your brother Aaron with you, but you're still the leader, and Aaron is going to be the spokesperson. So the words will come out of his mouth. So Moses said, okay, I'll be obedient. Well, Aaron was also the very first high priest. And when they anointed Aaron as high priest, they poured the anointing oil over his head. And it ran down his beard, and it ran down his robes to all the way to the bottom, to the border of his robe. So harmony, living in peace and in unity with those around us, is as precious as that anointing oil that was poured over Aaron's head when he became high priest. That's a serious statement, y'all. Harmony is pretty precious. And what else is it? It says, harmony is as refreshing as the dew from Mount Hermon that falls on the mountains of Zion. All right, so let's talk about that a little bit. The dew that fell on Mount Hermon. Well, sometimes dew is really heavy. Like when it's really humid here in Alabama and you can feel the rain, except it's not raining. Okay. Let's see, what else does it say about it? It says Mount Hermon is the tallest mountain in ancient Israel's landscape, and it's between the far north near the modern border of Lebanon and Syria. Okay, so we know where it is. It's over 9,000 feet in elevation, so it's really super high. This is Mount Hermon, and it collects snow and moisture and is famous for its lushness in contrast to much of the arid Middle East. Yeah, a desert. Okay, so Mount Hermon is known for its heavy dewfall, which is more like a gentle rainfall or overnight condensation that nourishes the land. In a dry climate, dew was critical for sustaining life, especially vegetation and crops. The dew of Hermon came to represent abundant, life-giving refreshment, a symbol of God's gracious provision. So harmony is as refreshing as that heavy dew from Mount Hermon that falls on the mountains of Zion. Well, guess what? The dew of Mount Hermon does not fall on the mountains of Zion. It falls on Mount Hermon. But harmony is as refreshing as if it was falling on the mountains of Zion. And then here's the promise. And there the Lord has pronounced his blessing, even life everlasting. Y'all, those are some pretty good reasons to live in harmony with our brothers and sisters. And to do that, it takes a conscious decision. It is a choice. We can choose to be crabby and irritable. We can choose to be full of love and walk in harmony and in unity. We can choose to build other people up. We can choose to tear them down. We can choose to gossip about them, or we can choose to help them. We have a lot of choices, y'all, and the choices we make, they're important. And God's looking. He's watching. And we're glad of that, because we need him to watch over us every single minute of every single day, because we need him to take care of us. But we need to be walking in harmony too. So let's try it, y'all. Let's make a conscious effort today to walk in harmony with whoever's next to us, whether they are getting on our very last nerve or not. We're still going to walk in harmony. Remember, there are different ways to say the exact same thing. Good news or bad news. A positive answer or a negative answer. They can both be delivered in harmony if we put a little love on it, y'all. You know, what is it they say? A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Let's put a little sugar on our words. Or, let's see, there's another one. Well, I can't remember what it is right now, so we'll just have to go with a spoonful of sugar. So let's put that spoonful of sugar everywhere we speak. And let's be kind and walk in unity with our brothers and sisters. And guess what? I bet it's contagious. I bet it'll get all over them too and give them a sense of kindness. And maybe they'll walk in a little more harmony as well, just because they've been treated that way. All right, y'all, be blessed. Have a great day, and please share this. We need some more harmony. Thank you, friends.